was like, how is big corporations buying houses like does how does it affect the the single family, the new home buyer? How does it affect people? Like,
Yeah. So, bro, I mean, you see it all the time. Like people are doing investment properties, and it's not even just the big corporations, but it's like the smaller guy too. So I think a majority, I just went to this new construction um, community. And the guy was telling me how 40% of that community was all rentals. Like the people had bought them out and they're renting it out. You know what I mean?
mhm.
I mean, like, and that's not even just from big corporations. That's like, someone buying their like second home and renting that out and getting extra cash flow. Um, and it makes like the housing market more expensive, honestly.
Yeah. Um, and have you like what do you think there is any possibility to like fix this? Is it legislation or like what's the trend even why of like is this happening? Like when did this kind of start, do you know?
So honestly, it's like the money, you know what I mean? Because there's so much money in it. Um, Honestly, it's something that like I want to break out into because of like, that's good cash flow going and that's just smart. But I don't know exactly what legislation would change, but I will say that a lot of people they look at the interest rate, and so they won't get into houses. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
like these bigger companies and whatnot, like the interest rate kind of almost doesn't affect them as much because they have the capital to just put down on it, and they can like deal with the risk. But then there's like if you lower the interest rate, then the houses are going to be more expensive because there's going to be more people jumping into the market. So it's all about like regulation.
Okay. And are you saying right now basically there's probably like maybe very little regulation on any like corporations. They can just buy what they want. There's no stopping them.
Well, in Arkansas, there's actually been something new, and I forgot exactly what it's called, but to buy a house, if you're a corporation under like an LLC, they made it like 10 more hoops you have to jump through to actually get that house, which makes it easier for, a first time home buyer to get in.
Okay.
So it's like
That's
extra steps, which like prolongs the buying process by like, I want to say like a couple weeks than it would just for a first time home buyer.
okay. So there are like some people looking into like trying to like fix the issue, I guess. So that's good.
And that's kind of a newer thing in the last, I would say, like 6 months.
Oh wow. Okay. So this is really new. Um, do you have any advice for people that are trying to get into like buying a house of like while still competing with like corporations, older couples that have more money? Do you have any like advice for the younger people?
Honestly, that if you can afford a house and the mortgage is kind of like you could probably get that. Um, you don't have to put down 20%. You can put down like 3%. And if you're able to, like putting down 500 bucks or $100 in between every installment, like just extra straight towards the principal, cuts down your like mortgage timeline by like years, like crazy amount. Because at that front end of buying a house, a majority of your payment is going straight towards just interest. Like you're literally just giving your money away. You're not making any money into your asset of a home.
Yeah. Okay. Um,
It's like
yeah.
75% of it is like going straight towards interest,
Okay.
which is crazy.
That is a lot. Yeah. I think that's really it. Do you have like your own personal opinion on like corporations and other things? You kind of said it a little bit earlier, but like just to hone in on it, like on like these corporations and small businesses kind of buying it, like you think it's good though? Or like
So I
what's
think
what do you
what is
think?
good.
Like are you I guess like do you see this more as corporations buying the houses as like a good thing because that means there's more rental properties, or do you think like this is kind of like a bad, a dark part of time where like corporations are really buying out a lot of like houses?
Well, I'll say this. If you look at like the statistics, um, for people who have homes, they tend to have a lot more money like saved up. So when someone has a home, statistically, I think on average they have about $600,000 like saved and like in assets and whatnot. But if they don't have a home and they're renting, it's like $8,000, which is like a crazy difference. Like, um, in my opinion, just like like those big corporations are taking money out of the American population.
Yeah. I can see that because, like I said, they turn them into rent properties. They never give it. They never go back to the community. They're always rent. They never are back on the market, and it's just like you said earlier, continuous cash flow.
Yeah. Something that we say a lot in the real estate market is if you're renting, you're paying 100% in interest. If you're buying, you're only paying like the what, like 6%. That's that now.